After 20 long hours tacking only 16 miles from Murrells Inlet to Georgetown, we finally made it just in time for me to catch my flight home and surprise my little sisters for 2 birthdays and a graduation.
I pronounce you graduates of Palos Ferry High School, class of 2018.
The weekend went by way too fast, but we had an amazing time. And back in Georgetown, Chris was even having his own little adventure.
Just a few minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
I won!
There you go.
Do you have a picture of your brother?
After we pulled into Charleston, I had to take a bus all the way up to Georgetown, but it was perfect to meet Chris for breakfast.
Getting ready to go pick up Alex. Well, meet her. Not really pick her up. Gonna meet her at the Ball and Q. It's where I won my gift card for. I made it. Ball and Q.
It's always hard leaving home, but I was ready to explore Georgetown and finally see my babe in my boat again. While I was away, Chris even made some awesome new friends, so first things first was to meet them and explore the town.
So you guys will be out there.
Georgetown, South Carolina is the third oldest city in the entire state and one of the most historic towns in our nation. Besides all the alligators, this place even reminded us a bit of home. Even better, we got to see what true Southern hospitality was all about.
You're like, you have to take your hands and shake it.
Bartending 101.
I thought it flew off the top.
It was a great start to the weekend, and by morning we would be exploring mystical gardens and an old castle. In 1932, this beautiful wildlife preserve was built upon the old grounds of 4 different rice plantations. The grounds altogether take up over 1,600 acres, and 551 of those are dedicated to famous sculptures of different artists around the nation. Winding walkways and fountains link over 1,445 different works of art. There is also a cemetery and rumors that the area could even be haunted.
What you doing, Alex?
Why do you catch me doing illegal activities on camera?
I think it's okay. There's plenty of basil out here. Oh, there's a cabbage back there.
Oh, God, this smells so good. Across the way was the Atalaya Castle, where the inner walls of the courtyard were covered with creeping fig vines, sabal palmettos, and the living quarters of Anna Hyatt Huntington, the ground's most famous sculptor, who resided in the castle in her later years when she suffered from tuberculosis and dedicated her life to her art. It was a nice change from being at sea, and we were grateful to learn so much while being able to do it in such a gorgeous place. Unfortunately, just as we were ready to get back heading south, we ran into our biggest problem yet. Water was literally flowing right out of our engine. After we tried to start Moonshadow, but she wouldn't fire up, our engine exhaust wasn't able to push out the water again. So pretty much due to a faulty battery, water actually backed all the way up into our crankcase. But luckily, during a routine engine check, we spotted the water and shut her off before she seized up. If you know the color of oil, you know that's not the right color. We only just pulled about 2 gallons of that out of our motor. We called a mechanic just in case. He confirmed our suspicions to be true and told us exactly what we needed to repair it.
Intake air and fuel, and then exhaust.
It was also reassuring knowing that so many people who barely even knew us were willing to help so much. It was a painfully sweaty process, but little by little, we started to make really good progress. And although we were worried that we would run into storms if we did not start moving south quickly enough, we just tried to stay optimistic and hope to get her fixed as soon as possible. Once some of our new friends found out that we would actually not be leaving for a little while, they all gathered in and helped us fix as many things as we could before we got back on the ICW. And since we were about to have so much company, we decided to hit up the local farmers market to stock up on as many fruits and vegetables as we could get. South Carolina claims to have just as great as peaches as Georgia, and I think that might be true. We also stopped at the local fisherman's to get some fresh bait because there was no way I was spearfishing with all those alligators. Since the last time I had gone up the mast, we had already lost our antenna and our headlight. So we were happy to have as many hands on deck and try to get this stuff done. Okay, Bobby, feed the gray wire through the holes because he can't pull it, if you can.
I got tension on it.
After 3 long hours, our mast light and our VHF antenna were finally back in action, and we were finished with projects, at least for the day. Big shout out to Kelly and Bobby for coming all the way to Georgetown to visit and bringing us that wonderful fan. We wouldn't have beat the summer heat without it. The next morning, we made our way across town in search of some oil, and we were hoping it would be the last time that we had to flush the system. 99 degrees today, and we have walked probably over 4 miles, did you say, altogether?
Yeah.
Finally making our last mile back. Looks like an old desk. All the houses here have the dates on when they were built. And we got some other wood right there for our new bathroom. Save money on wooden hinges and new brackets.
This guy's putting the city workers out of a job, picking up dead squirrels.
Putting some shelves in the bathroom here. Sturdier.
Wait, I'm gonna drill some holes up there. Got the 2 first pieces cut. Gonna be our new shelves. Gonna get a sink again. Chris made a little hammock for the towels. That's cute. With the new wood that we found, we were able to make shelves for the bathroom and a new closet. But no matter how much I paint, I still can't manage to keep it out of my hair. Just when we thought we were finished for the night, this derelict boat broke loose and started floating right towards us. So we hipped up to it with the dinghy and then tried to get it placed where it was at anchor before.
Yeah, I think this thing's in the mud.
It's straightened out.
This guy here is stuff slipping, so we're trying to help him out. Our boat's right there. Storm coming. Okay, so now we're going with the motor. We got it hipped up here. Wow. Alex is pulling in the anchor. We're gonna move this buddy back where it used to be and put enough line out this time.
The next day we decided to celebrate all the hard work with a visit to the beach. And even better, Chris got to see yet another high school friend after so long.
A chicken tender.
There's not sharks, there's alligators.
There's no sharks inside.
The alligators eat the sharks.
There.
The other little boat's the tender. This is the sailboat.
This is called a chicken tender. Can I see, ma'am? Wow! Where are you?
He's down.
I'm going to take a nap. Wow!
It was incredible to have such a truly carefree day, and we were all just as equally happy to play in the waves for a change. You can and jump! Jump, 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 jump! They're so cute. Thank you to everyone who watches our videos. We hope you love them just as much as we love making them. Also, big shout out to all of our friends who were featured in this video. We enjoyed your time with us and we hope you come to visit again soon. Check out our next video as we head further south down the ICW all the way into Georgia and Florida.
Nailed it.
Million times a charm.